Have you ever wanted to take a long vacation in the horrible, ugly swamp with Toucan Sam and Monkey Run Hotels? And if you like smell, this place is pretty nice. There's even a little swimming pool for the little kiddies in the little deep swamp in deep darkness. Anyway, hey guys, what's up? My name's EarthBound now 12 and welcome to part 36 of Let's Play EarthBound. In this episode we're going to be going through this little dungeon thing, if you want to call it that, deep darkness. And overall this place isn't... I don't like this place very much, but I don't think it's too hard. Like, the game itself is never really that difficult if you know your way around things, if you know your boss strategies. This game is pretty easy, as you've probably seen in previous episodes of this LP. Anyway, let's talk to this army guy because I want to get multi-bolter rockets. This is a bit of a tongue twister there. But these things are very valuable and they can really help us out in the pinch. And also I want to use it to cheese a boss fight a bit later on in the episode. But we'll get to that then. I don't really know why there's this guy just hanging around the swamp just... You'd think this whole thing's poisonous. I mean, you take damage when you go through the swamp. It isn't very pleasant at all. Also, you're going to need the Hawkeye to get through here, but we aren't going to go through this because I was being a bit silly, and this place is a bit of a maze, and, you know, I do get a bit lost sometimes. I probably will cut out the bits where it's really too bad, because you guys don't want to watch me walking around in circles for about 10 minutes. Anyway, I tried to use the Hawkeye here because I was just a complete idiot, and I had a bit of a brain fart. You know what I'm like. If you've watched me for some time, I have brain farts sporadically and just do really stupid things on purpose. But anyway, that wasn't actually the way you were meant to go. You're actually meant to go south of when you actually meet the multi-bottle rocket person. And if you haven't caught onto it anyway, if you go into the deep blue watery swamp thing, ooh, a banana, even though I don't really want it and I have too much stuff. Too bad for that. But anyway, if you go through that deep water thing, you'll take damage randomly. It's sort of like having a cold. It's just not very nice to deal with at all. It's just a minor inconvenience in the grand scheme of things, though. If you see that guy with a snorkel, he will take money off you, but you will have to pay him double price for it, and I didn't really want to fight this thing, so I tried to run away like crazy, but no, I have to fight the hostile Elder Oak. And you should know what oak trees are like nowadays. They're not very pleasant to deal with, and they will make your life a misery. Reason being, they explode when they die, and explosions, while fun, aren't very pleasant to deal with. And that didn't really work with Freeze there, did it? Other than that, they aren't really too much to deal with, and Jeff luckily didn't die there, so that was quite nice, I suppose. Gives a fairly decent amount of experience, I suppose. Make sure you keep your character's health up in these things, because there are a handful of enemies that you can do quite a number on your health. And why was I using healing there? I didn't have any status affliction, and why didn't I heal? Did I heal Jeff there either? No, I don't think so. Let's continue through this swamp, and those puke things look familiar, but we'll get into that in a second. The Zap Eel, very weak to freeze. They like to use PSI Thunder. If you couldn't already gather by the name. If you're lucky enough to have the Franklin badge, bam, thank you and good night, Merry Christmas. Those things are quite easy to take out, but just be careful if it's lightning spell. And you wouldn't have too much of a difficult time, and I'm getting molested by a crocodile. A hard crocodile, that just makes things just even worse. And we basically, if you remember those crocodiles from earlier, they pretty much work pretty much the same. In that you just use freeze, they pretty much go down pretty quickly. You're gonna have to want to be careful of fighting these things, because they can do quite a fairly significant amount of damage. I have seen them do up to 300 damage before. It's just, yeah, oh, Freeze Omega. That spell is highly powerful. Excuse me while I clear my throat. Okay, there's some puke here, and there's a present. I just kind of wanted to get the present. But no, we have to fight the big pile of puke. That thing just looks absolutely disgusting. I just prefer to use bottle rockets on these things and not really deal with them, because they're just annoying otherwise. They make you sick. They do damage. That's pretty much all you need to know about these things. Reasonable amount of experience? I don't know. I wouldn't call it too reasonable. Anywho, let's go through up here and grab the present beef jerky. It's kind of a mediocre item to be getting, and wasn't really worth fighting the puke, even though I kind of did have to fight the puke nonetheless. Anyway, these swamps are really icky and grotty and disgusting. I don't know, I've never actually been to a proper swamp. Or when I have, what am I on about? These are pit bull slugs. My dogs were just trying to chase something away. Probably the mailman. And that was what made me do weird things and get sidetracked. These guys are pretty easy. They're pretty self-explanatory. They do like to attack in large groups, so just keep that in mind when fighting them. These swamp things are just really disgusting. I actually have been to a very swampy sort of thing. It wasn't very pleasant. Everyone got attacked by leeches. It wasn't a very fun day nonetheless. But yeah, as you can see, fire takes these guys out rather quickly. Pitbull slug C, D, and why didn't you go out, D? You'll be the last to suffer in silence when I conquer the world. And salt packet. Excuse me there, salt packet. That's a bit weird considering that slugs and salt do not really cooperate. Is that Pokey's helicopter that he... I smell a bit of a rat here. It's a little bit suspicious, especially considering that, well, Pokey stole a helicopter and now he's crashed into the swamp. So that fat little prick must be around here somewhere. And when I get my hands on him, he's gonna cop a PSI Freeze Omega right to the face. Slimy little puke pile, just weak little slime things. You've dealt with them before. They're highly weak to freeze, so deal with them that way. Actually, I'm gonna no, I'm not. Wasn't gonna show off that. Just gonna stick to good old freeze gamma and attack the hard crocodile that way. I think that's pretty much all the enemies I've covered here. There's also these big flower things. They kind of look like vial plumes, but they are actually pretty annoying. Every time I've fought them, they have led to me dying quite severely, and Paula is dead. That is not fun at all. I'm going to have to use a couple of life noodles to get her alive. And Jeff almost died here too, so fortunately for me, I actually get the battle finished here, so we don't have to deal with pretty much Ness being the only one alive in the party, and me having to go through another take of this stupid recording of this place. And considering I don't really like this place that much, it's just this place just is very unpleasant. I do not like swamps. It reminds me of leeches and school excursions where I got attacked by leeches, and slow walking where you randomly sporadically take damage is just it's just not fun at all to deal with, viewers. Anyway, we get out of here and into the mud. This mud is just very disgusting. And come here, we get a souvenir coin. That is a very good item because it is good for our defenses. We shall give that to Jeff, but he had a full inventory because he had a salt packet, because we're going to throw salt on slugs just to see what happens. Apparently they're supposed to turn inside out. I don't know, we were having a discussion about this the other day. Why am I talking so fast? But anyway, salt on slugs. What exactly does that do? I think that, as I said, I think it turns it inside out. They kill them. I've never actually tried doing that myself, so I've never really had a slug problem before. But sooner or later, I suppose we will. I've had a slug problem in this game before, believe you me, and Jeff's defense went up by a good 30. That's just great, isn't it? Oh no, there's these guys, fish with pokey sticks. They like to use their pokey sticks on you, and it's not very pleasant. Slimy little pile. Oh no, they're the manly fish. In other words, fish with pokey sticks. Slimy little pile, same deal, freeze, beta. We'll take care of them quite quickly. Or solidify them, that's just as good. And half the time their spears don't even attack by the looks of it. When they do, they don't do actually very much damage at all. I think, like, Ness has the weakest defense just because I put the weakest items on him because he has the most HP and best defensive stats on his own. The thing with Ness is, with that, I don't know, what am I on about? It's 31 HP or about 30 around there. Anyway, just shoot the manly fish, he will die. And that puke pile did quite a lot of damage, even though I am not a very big fan of puke. Yeah, so that's another thing I don't like about this whole puke thing. It's Belch's factory all over again, and I'm just feeling nauseous just hanging around here in this little swamp. It smells bad, it's littered with puke monsters. Everything is out to kill you. Anyway, let's get the rock candy in here. We've explained what the rock candy does, it's pretty good. Alright, let's just sort of piss fart around for the next 5 minutes or so, so yeah, I'm gonna cut this out and see you guys in a bit. Okay, sense of direction regained. I knew like the entire time I was supposed to go that way, it just didn't register in my brain, damn it, don't sue me. Anyway, we come up here and there's this big red puke thing. I suppose someone's been puking up blood or something, I don't know. Should sue that Chinese restaurant, whoever you are, person, man, thing. He's changed his name to Puke. He's going to drown us to death in puke. Is that a masculine taunt? It's just a disgusting taunt. Anyway, I think he works the same normally as Master Belch did. He just basically just spam freeze, but I prefer to use bottle rockets because it's funny, and Jeff almost dies here, so that situation got dire. And we're gonna fire this multi-bottle rocket, 1235. And Pooh comes back to the party and just PK Starstorms everywhere, all over Master Bath, and he is dead. Yay for us. And we get the Casey Bat. Do not equip it to Ness because it's one of those weird items, and I think it misses like 75% of the time, or 25% of the time, or something like that. Needless to say, it misses a lot. Pooh came back and got a nice level bonus as well, because he's Pooh and he's awesome. And now that Pooh has come back, he has come back with a vengeance. He finally has learnt the ways of the PSI Starstorm. And now I want to have a bit of a rant here for a moment, so yeah. Okay, as you can clearly see, Pooh was the one who used PK Starstorm, right? Right? Okay. Ness, in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, what is his final smash? PSI Starstorm. Now, at what stage of this game does Ness use PK Starstorm at all? None. And I think Halkin also makes the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know they at least did 64. Well, Hal Laboratories, it's the same thing anyway. It's a bit bizarre anyway. It's like not remembering your own area code. It just does not compute with me. But anyway, I'm going to end the episode here and continue my PSI Starstorm rant next time. Good night, everyone.